a quick audio check and we will get this party rolling. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Okay, everyone, we're back live. Well, live in the booth, not live in the gameplay. We just finished race number 2 of 10 of the Formula 123 video game. Not a bad day. Not a bad day at all. It was better than race 1, for those of you who watch race 1. We actually get a broadcast view, so this is what you're going to see every time after Formula 1 race. This is the only game that I'll actually have the ability to do so, with the exception maybe Rocket League here and there. So we're going to start off, we're going to go through the field, do this as if it was an actual race, and we're going to get going. This race replay broadcast is brought to you by Midwest Concrete Services, LLC. If you or someone you know live in Bloomington, Indiana, or in that general central Indiana area just south of Indianapolis, if you're looking for a patio, walkway, driveway, doesn't matter. If it's got concrete in it, Midwest Concrete is the people you can go to. If you need any kind of setup, they are quick, efficient, decently affordable. I think the prices are pretty fair. They do an excellent job. You'll definitely get your money's worth with Midwest Concrete Services. So, if you need them, look them up on Facebook, Midwest Concrete Services, LLC. Send a shout out to Scotty, the man that owns it. It's veteran owned and operated, Better Business Bureau accredited. So if you need anything and you live in that general area or outside of that area, they'll be more than gladly to give you a quote, talk to you, set you up, and get you going on your way. So that's again Midwest Concrete Services. Link will be not in the description of the video, but you can check them out on Facebook. Check out Midwest Concrete Services LLC. Alright, that out of the way, sponsors out of the way for the beginning. We're going to get into this. It's going to be mostly kind of loose commentary. Let's hit it. Lights are about to go out. We're about to get racing. Following along with the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz up front, seconded by Lewis Hamilton. There you go, going down into the first corners for the first time tonight. Bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel for this first section. Going down to this next really tight chicane. Kind of plagued the Army Lodging team all night. Lap 1 of 63. Carlos Sainz falls back to second. Lewis Hamilton takes out front, takes an early lead in this race. Moving down, going into the what I call the runoff the blue runoff section. Moving up to the probably the tightest hairpin chicane you can possibly go into. Come up the short chute and start immediately get into the braking zone, going into the tightest sector of this entire course today. Coming through out of some of the final corners. I believe that is corner 18 and 19. Coming back onto the front stretch, Lewis Hamilton will lead lap 1. Lewis Hamilton's up first in that Mercedes, followed by Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari, Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, another Ferrari in fourth, and the Army Lodging team of Jacques Villeneuve rounds out the top 5. Get a little on board with Lewis Hamilton as he drops back to second, trailing Carlos Sainz. Beautiful shot of these cars coming over the hill at speed. Max Verstappen now challenging for second. Charles Leclerc trying to make a move on Max Verstappen. I do not think he'll be able to make it done today. Jacques Villeneuve still holding it at 5th position, followed close by Sergio Perez in 6th, another Red Bull. Going down the list, we have Lando Norris in 7th, George Russell in 8th, Fernando Alonso in 9th, Oscar Piastri, Alexander Albon in 11th, if I get the name wrong, fuck off. Yuki Tsunoda in 12th, Pierre Gasly in 13th, Joe, I believe you have to say it, in 14th, and then the Army Lodgings, Johnny Cartwright in 15th. That rounds out your top 15. We're going to start moving back down through the field. We ride along with this overtake with Max Verstappen going after Lewis Hamilton. He makes another shot at it. Kind of give you a visual of how tight this track is. Here's a nose view of the car. See all the bumps you're hitting as you hit these attenuators as you're moving through the track. Not much has changed in the way of positions throughout the field. The top 15, or excuse me, the top 13 remaining relatively the same. Challenge now for Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc is able to get by him. Verstappen takes it back over as he now has the preferred line going into the final corners. DRS only enabled. Now will Charles Leclerc be able to make the pass? Here comes Jacques Villeneuve in a number 5 Army Lodging vehicle. He gets a little squirrely as he moves through. We're going to ride along, we're going to follow along with Jacques Villeneuve as he makes these moves through the chicanes. Beautiful overtaking going against Max Verstappen. Remember, the Army Lodging this is their first season in the Formula One series. They're trying to establish a footprint in the series and be a championship contender, and so far Jacques Villeneuve is the only one to be able to do such a thing. Take a ride along with the Scooby-Doo's Adult Toy Superstore onboard cam as Jacques makes his way up the hill, going towards the blue runoff section. Followed closely, Charles Leclerc right behind him. Again, this onboard cam is brought to you by Scooby-Doo's Adult Toy Superstore. If you or someone you know is stuck at home with a semen demon of a lover, might want to get some extra little toys to soothe the savage beast. Take your ass on down to Scooby-Doo's Adult Toy Superstore off of Exit 1 in Atropia. Enter promo code THESENUTS and be able to get 15% off of your next adult toy item. Again, at Scooby-Doo's Adult Toy Superstore. Now here they come, they're starting lap number 5 of today's 63-lap Grand Prix in Imola, Italy. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but again, fuck yourself. Continuing on through the back of the field, we're going to look and see how the rest of the field is running. Intense 4-car battle right here for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Fernando Alonso leading that charge. Look at the other Army Lodging vehicle of Johnny Cartwright. For the rookie team, they're definitely making it look not easy, but making it look like a brisk walk in the park. Not a normal walk, but a brisk one. Give them too much hype. Overshoots it, drifts it a little bit. That dirt track background starting to come into play. Moving further back into the field. Not a whole lot has changed. You see Joe trying to hold on to his 15th position. Esteban Ocon trying to hold on everything he has. Here you have the two Haas factory team, Hulkenberg and Magnussen. Not a very great year for anything Haas related, whether it's NASCAR Cup Series, except for the Xfinity Series. The Haas team, currently Stuart Haas, soon to be the Haas factory team, is doing pretty good in the Xfinity Series. Everywhere else, not so much. Valtteri Bottas trying to make a charge and break up the duo. Ricciardo is trying to hold on to what he thinks is everything. Then you have Logan Sargent rounding out the field. Moving back up, Carlos Sainz has a dominant lead of 2.5 seconds as he starts to make his way up over the overhill section. Again, tonight's schedule was supposed to be Rocket League gameplay and broadcast content presented by Army Lodging, but due to our co-host Laidback Lucy, you can check him out on Twitch and Facebook at laidback_Lucy. Lucy spelled Lucy. You can check him out, but due to him being absent due to having brigade staff duty in his unit, he was not able to join us today for content creating. So instead of going to Rocket League and looking like a bunch of chumps without Laidback Lucy, we decided that we would just bump up and run a little bit more Formula One to get the channel up and going and a little bit more excitement build up. Again, Rocket League will usually be streamed on Mondays, starting roughly around 11 or 12, give or take, Eastern Standard Time. That's roughly 9 to 10-ish. Pacific time. But Rocket League will be your usual view on Mondays. Tuesdays will be your normal schedule time for Formula One content. Wednesdays we'll be going for the College Football 25 gameplay and broadcast, where hopefully we can get some gameplay and broadcast views like what we're doing right here, where you sat through the stream earlier, you watched the gameplay unfold, you got to watch it from the driver's perspective, and then afterwards you get a whole nother stream. If you don't want to watch the POV and you just want to watch a broadcast, you can come over here and do that. Most of those are going to be highlighted with the replay icon that you see in the top right corner of the screen. Following on Thursday, we do not have anything currently scheduled for Thursdays. We are working on trying to figure out something to fill that block of schedule with. But then Friday, we are going to round it out with Call of Duty Warzone. Whether that's boot camp, resurgence, trios, quads, regular BR, it doesn't matter. Call of Duty is what we're going to be seeing here on Friday nights. Again, those times usually are going to start around 11 to 12 p.m. Eastern time. Those are subject to change, so if you are on Twitch and you're looking for something to watch, or you're on YouTube, you'll be catching this the following day, if not 2 hours after they come out on Twitch. But if you're watching on Twitch and you don't know when to show up because I'm giving you vague answers, well, just show up at 9, and either I will stream something to get us going, or the stream will have already have happened, but you will definitely be there for whatever takes place at 11 or 12. But we're looking for Rocket Leagues on Mondays. That's your regional regional tournaments. Might throw a little bit of AI battles in there to get the stream going, just to get the viewers interested. May see a little bit of player versus AI action. We don't know yet, but you're going to be getting something of quality viewership or quality entertainment. Then Tuesdays, what you see right now, what you've been able to see, minus the double feature, as you see Charles Leclerc trying to make a move on Lewis Hamilton, and he's able to pull it off to see if there's going to be an overtake. There is not. Moving forward, Jacques Villeneuve is able to move up past Max Verstappen and take that Army Lodging vehicle up into second. Carlos Sainz still is your race leader of over 2.052 seconds. Starting to drop a little bit as they start to move towards the uphill section of the race. But I believe the incline in the terrain is what plays to Jacques Villeneuve's field house here. It's one of his things that he's really great at. You see him master it on here. But going back to what you're going to see, we're going to be doing everything what you've seen what you're seeing right here, right now on Tuesdays. This is your average Tuesday night. Usually we'll only get one race in, but due to me fucking up the first race and DNFing early and having a lot of time left, hey, let's give y'all something to watch, alright? So, that's why you're getting a double feature tonight. It won't always be the case, because I want these 10 races to span, preferably over a 10-week course. But here we are. So, after today, you get 8 more. Not a big deal. Immediately after one ends, the next season's going to be beginning. If you all want to check out highlights, updates, anything that I'm probably not going to cover in the next hour and a half, hour 15 that's remaining of this broadcast, check us out on Facebook at Asmus0 Broadcasting. Check us out. Has the same icon as what you're seeing here on Twitch. Check us out. You'll see clips, highlights, updates, all sorts of information that will be put out there. Check it out. See what you think. If you like it, be sure to like and subscribe. If you don't, that's okay. I don't care. If you don't like the video or you don't like what we're doing, please put a comment down below somewhere and telling us what we can do to improve this channel to make it better for you. Because, again, we can do this without viewers all day long, but it doesn't do anything. Again, we're not here for the money right away. Money's not the issue. We're here to provide you with something to watch. Whether that's you're bored midday, you want to just kick back, it's raining outside, it's not a beautiful day outside at all, you just want to kick back, turn something on, and fall asleep, well, we got you right here. If nothing else, sleep music's a pretty good thing. Ditch the old listening to rainstorms on TVs. Put this on. I promise you, my monotone will put you to sleep in probably about 25 minutes. If I can get my kids to sleep in 15, I can probably get you to sleep in 25. And while we're on the topic of liking and checking out channels, be sure to go and check out Laid Back Lucy on Twitch. He's also... You'll see updates from him into Facebook. You'll see him on YouTube at Laid Back Lucy. You'll see him on Twitch. We got Discord going too. Eventually we'll open up the Discord to everybody. Currently, that's probably not a good idea. Now, in my streams when it comes to Laid Back Lucy, you'll probably hear it some throughout the stream. Maybe not right now, but in the previous broadcast you'll hear it. I'm talking, but you don't hear his audio. Laid Back Lucy plays on PlayStation. I'm on Xbox. And we both use Discord to communicate, but sadly we have not quite figured out how to include the audio of PlayStation and Xbox crossplay Discord into the stream on Twitch. We haven't figured that out, so if you know how to do that, please say something. It'd be much appreciated, because we've been trying for over a week now, and we can't figure it out. We've Googled it. Google says you can't. Some people say you can. We ain't figured out. We're not running Lightstream. We're not running Streamlabs. It's just straight from console to Twitch to YouTube. Pretty simple, but apparently we're not able to do that. So if you want the full in-game commentary, check out Laid Back Lucy on Twitch and YouTube. He'll get you squared away on everything you need. Going back to the race, you see Johnny Cartwright trying to make a pass. Trying to shoot for his first top 10 so far. That lead up front, Carlos Sainz still holds by 2.019 seconds over Jacques Villeneuve. Max Verstappen 0.2 of a second behind Villeneuve. Charles Leclerc not far back at all, just 0.3 of a second behind him. They're about tied side by side. We'll scroll up here and see what they got going on. It seems like a heated battle. Here we go. Verstappen's looking to the inside. He's trying to track him down. That Army Lodging car is looking pretty sharp out front with the reflective gold front wing. 3-car dice right here. Now these 3 vehicles right here racing. And it could honestly be 4. Oh yeah, there's a whole slew of them. All the way from Villeneuve all the way back to Perez. This is doing nothing but helping Carlos Sainz out. These guys are back here racing, taking the air off each other, increasing drag, not giving a lot of downforce, not helping each other out. Slowing that whole pack of 5 down, allowing Carlos Sainz to hold and try to mitigate his lead. Right now, he's currently losing it. That just shows you how fast that Army Lodging number 34 vehicle is. That 34 machine is lights out quick. Alright. We did a great job when we got that boy on on deck. Jacques Villeneuve as their $4 million hire. And this owner-driver deal we got going on here worked out pretty well. Dude's quick, got a lot of class, holding his own up at the front with the best of the best in this rookie team. As now Max Verstappen is overtaking Villeneuve. But I don't think Villeneuve's done quite yet. Get a little onboard cam of, we'll get a little onboard cam here with the number 34 machine. So we go up the hill, going towards the blue runoff sector of the field. Good rear camera action, looking at the rear wing of the vehicle. We have 50 laps remaining in today's Grand Prix. We'll scroll down and check out the back of the field and see what they got going on. Not a whole lot, just the Logan Sargent and the Williams trying to overtake Hulkenberg and the Haas, seeing what he can do. Not a lot able to accomplish. Riding on board with Hulkenberg and that Haas automotive. We'll tab up and check out the other one. Johnny Cartwright running a respectable 11th position. Here's an outside view of the car. Beautiful black, gold, and red on that machine. Here's a good front camera angle on the front wing of the vehicle. You'll be able to see all the bumps, cracks, dings, and dents of this track as we ride around with Johnny Cartwright, currently in the 11th position. There you see a little damage on the right front of that wing. Right on board with a Scooby-Doo Adult Toy Superstore right along with a Scooby-Doo Adult Toy Superstore onboard camera of Johnny Cartwright. We'll go back up and check and see how this battle is. Jacques Villeneuve has overtaken Max Verstappen for second place. He's still 2.6 seconds behind the leader of Carlos Sainz. A little look at Carlos Sainz, your leader. The 2.3 second lead over second place is Jacques Villeneuve. Max Verstappen in third. Charles Leclerc in fourth. Lewis Hamilton rounds out your top five. Going further back in the field, you got Sergio Perez in sixth, the other Red Bull. Lando Norris, George Russell, Fernando Alonso, and Oscar Piastri round out your top 10. Moving on back to watch the battles unfold. We're going to watch Jacques Villeneuve as he tries to defend against Max Verstappen's dominant Red Bull machine. Team Oracle always is a team of class and power and dominance here in Formula One. No, they did not pay me to say that. Here comes a strong charge by Max Verstappen in the Oracle Red Bull machine as he tries to dive down deep. He's not going to be able to get alongside Jacques Villeneuve in that Army Lodging machine in second place. He's going to have to fall back in behind and set him up for in the middle corner. But he can't sit and wait too long as he has Charles Leclerc in fourth in that Ferrari trying to make a move. Really from second all the way back to sixth or seventh is really just a dogfight waiting to happen. Each driver waiting for the driver in front to make a mistake to capitalize on as they go up the uphill portion. While Jacques Villeneuve runs in second, we'll take this opportunity to watch him go down pit road. Here they go side by side as the whole first through sixth appears to come down pit road. Carlos Sainz takes first. Max Verstappen's in his pit stall now. Charles Leclerc, fast pit stop. So same for Verstappen. Here goes Jacques Villeneuve, taking 4 tires, taking the whole roundabout. Now they exit pit road. Very fast, 2.2 second stop for Jacques Villeneuve. Very quick, very fast, efficient team. Kind of messes up the running order just a little bit as now Villeneuve falls from second all the way back to 16th. Not a worry, that's just green flag pit stop cycles, much like what you see in regular stock car racing. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton inherit the lead. Charles Leclerc, your leader. Lewis Hamilton in second. Sergio Perez is in third. George Russell in fourth. Fernando Alonso in the Mercedes, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. Fernando Alonso in fifth. Oscar Piastri fifth. And the Army Lodging's very own Johnny Cartwright are in seventh. Then you have, see if we can tab down to Alexander Albon in the Williams. I'm pretty sure his first name's Alexander. Could be wrong. Someone will correct me. I don't care. Last race, you seen Albon take out Cartwright. Here goes Cartwright coming down pit road. The other Army Logic team. Let's see how he handles pit road. Optimal pit road entry, taking the full services. I believe we're going to try to, nope, no adjustments on the front end as he exits pit road with a lightning fast 2.3 second pit stop. That's going to drop him all the way back to a Piers 18th, maybe 19th. Now it's going to pull him out to 18th positions where he will blend back into the field. We're going to move further up in the field as we're going to see Lewis Hamilton inherit the lead, taking over from Charles Leclerc in second now. Sergio Perez in third in that Oracle Red Bull. George Russell in the Mercedes. Yeah, I had him wrong earlier. It is what it is. Fuck him. Get it. You can read. Fernando Alonso in fifth. Oscar Piastri sixth. Albon in seventh. Carlos Sainz in eighth. Yuki Tsunoda in ninth. And Lance Stroll in 10th. We'll take this moment to get a little onboard action. See if I can adjust my mic here. We'll use this opportunity to ride along with Lewis Hamilton and the Kimbrough-Holman Remodeling onboard camera. Kimbrough-Holman Remodeling, if you are living in the eastern central area of Tennessee and you need your home remodeled, you don't like the way it looks, and you want to change it up a little bit, you can reach out to Kimbrough-Holman Home Repair and Remodeling. They'll square you away. hit up David today. He can hook you up. You can find him on Facebook, Kimbrough Home and Remodeling, for all your home remodeling and detailing needs that you need. If you need something repaired, they can hook you up. You need a bathroom done, I have seen what they can do with a bathroom. The mom and pop shop at Kimbrough Homes Remodeling is unmatched when it comes to quality and efficiency. When it comes to doing bathrooms, flooring, lighting, doesn't matter. Kimbrough Home and Remodeling is the ones that can hook you up. Excellent services, affordable, with speed and efficiency. Hit them up today, they'll get you squared away. Going back to the race, that was your Kimbrough Home Remodeling onboard camera, riding along with Lewis Hamilton in first place, followed by Charles Leclerc in second. 2-car pull away currently. 6 seconds is the distance from I'm going to take a pause as we see Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton duking it out for first. You see a little bit of cutback action, a little bit of under-over. Trying to keep a watch on the pylon on your left side as teams are making their pit stops at this time. Logan Sargent able to gain shortly due to these green flag pit stops. Albon dropping. You see Magnussen coming out of pit road now after his lightning fast 2.8 second stop. Valtteri Bottas able to make his way back up. We're going to move back up to the front of the field as the intensity is heating up between Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. 0.6 of a second separates your leader from second place. 6 seconds is the gap between third and the leader. George Russell not having the greatest run that he's ever had here with 42 laps remaining, as now you'll see Lewis Hamilton finally making the pit stop. Pit team for Charles Leclerc is already on board. Here goes the number 44, Lewis Hamilton. Gets him out on track. Here they go. It appears Oscar Piastri is also making his pit stops now. That'll put Carlos Sainz and George Russell at the top of the field. George Russell out to an 8.5, 8.4, and dropping second lead. Max Verstappen, he has made his way all the way back up into third. Jacques Villeneuve earning his rightful top 5 position in fourth for the Army Lodging team. Sergio Perez up there in fifth in the other Oracle Red Bull Racing machine. Lando Norris is in sixth. Lewis Hamilton blends back out on the track into 7th position. We're going to follow along with the leader for a few more laps and see what all unfolds. (22 of 63 today in Imola, Italy) completed. Making his way through the short chicane. He's got a dominant lead right now of 7.1 seconds and starting to decline a little bit. Max Verstappen also has a 7-second deficit from the leader, only a second separating him, less than a second separating him from Carlos Sainz. Wait, excuse me, I'm going to correct that real quick. He is 7 seconds behind Carlos Sainz. As now George Russell makes his way onto pit road. That should inherit the lead to Carlos Sainz. You see George Russell making his way off of pit road now. Max Verstappen takes over second. Jacques Villeneuve now in third. Sergio Perez fourth. Lando Norris rounds out your top 5. We're going to move back to Lewis Hamilton as he tries to challenge for that 5th position with Lando Norris. Not making it easy for Lando to hold on to that 5th position, as every position in the top 10 gives you points paying towards the championship contention for this season. This is only season 1. We're going to run as many seasons as it takes. We're going to give you all the Formula 1 action. Tracks will change. The schedules will change. We started off this season in Miami, and now we are here in Italy for one of 2 races, I believe, that will be held in Italy this go around. Not many positions changes. You see all white hash marks down the left side of the score, or the right side of the scoring pylon on the left side of your screen. Nothing really changing, nothing really happening, just drivers setting up one another for the next passing opportunity. It's not a very tight track, 19 corners. I believe it's 10 left-handers, 9 right-handers, but it's a very fast 19 corners. I believe it's roughly 3 miles in distance of the track surface today. As now you see Lewis Hamilton challenging, trying to do a crossover maneuver, get by Lando Norris to take that 5th position away from him. We're going to see how that folds out for him. If Lando Norris can mount the charge down the short chute going into the chicanes, he has nothing for him just yet. Looking a little tight for Lewis Hamilton. I don't know if they made any adjustments on him at pit stop, or his tires are either too hot or not hot enough to maintain his grip. But he looked a little tight going out of that chicane, going down into the blue runoff. Let's see how he handles. Not bad in comparison to Lando Norris, but he seems a little tight. Carlos Sainz is still your leader. Max Verstappen in 2nd. Jacques Villeneuve in 3rd. Sergio Perez 4th. And Lewis Hamilton as we're following along in 5th. Going further back in the field, Charles Leclerc is in 7th. George Russell in 8th. And the Army Lodging's very own Johnny Cartwright in 9th. Fernando Alonso rounds out your top 10. Here we go as a passing opportunity is trying to be made. We're going to ride along with the Scooby-Doo of Adult Toy Superstore onboard camera of Johnny Cartwright. He shifts through the gears coming down the front stretch. Holding on to that 9th position. One thing about the Army Lodging team that we have noticed here is that they are exceptionally capable of managing the braking zones. Every time there is a charge to be mounted, it starts and ends in a braking zone. All of the overtakes occurred so far in these past 25 laps in braking zones. They all started and ended. The Army Lodging drivers are exceptionally masterful at setting up these passes and charges through the braking zones. As we'll see here, going into another braking zone as they round through here. Not sure if Cartwright will be able to mount the charge or not, but you'll definitely watch this gap close as they approach the hairpin chicane. 80-degree right-hander, followed by the 90-degree left-hander. Utilizing a little bit of the runoff section, Cartwright tends to use all of the racing surface. As we've seen in Miami, the race did not go his way. He got in a lot of entanglements with Albon, Ocon, and a few of the others. Did not go well. Cartwright round out with a 21st place finish with Verstappen after he blew an engine. Cartwright ended up getting wrecked. Got spun around in turn 5. Lost his suspension. Had no steering. All steering was gone. Went down the straightaway after correcting his vehicle. Went to make it the difficult, tight chicane. Couldn't hold on to it. Slammed into the outside retaining wall. And it was all over with the Army Lodging driver in Miami. Going back up, we're going to follow along with Lewis Hamilton as he tries to mount the charge on Jacques Villeneuve. On the left side of your screen, you see Kevin Magnussen and Ricciardo are trading positions back and forth. As you see the green arrow, green chevron indicates gain of position. Red chevron going down implies a loss of position. "40 minutes into this 100-minute stream, we're over a quarter or a third of the way through today's broadcast, as now they come through to begin lap number 27 of 63. Looking further ahead, Villeneuve on the charge. Villeneuve passes Sergio Perez to 3rd, breaking up the Oracle teammates that were in 2nd and 3rd before. Villeneuve up into 3rd now. Carlos Sainz with a dominant 4.8 second lead over Max Verstappen. Villeneuve trying to mount the charge on the other Oracle Red Bull machine. all single file racing here on out, as Sonoda and Zhou were able to battle back positions in 15th and 16th. Ocon and Ricciardo trade positions in 19th and 20th. The field begins to sort itself out a little bit as the racing starts to intensify in the top 5. A little bit of onboard action right along with Jacques Villeneuve. Looking further back in the field, we're going to follow along with Lewis Hamilton. A little onboard action for you. Oh, we see a few sparks come out of Lewis Hamilton's vehicle there. Not really sure what that was about. He could have just bottomed out as he ran over one of the mini bumps on this closed circuit today. Beautiful downhill shot of the cars coming over the hill into the blue runoff section. Ooh, little bobble action you see there from Sergio Perez, taking over in the 4th position. George Russell is able to make the pass on Cartwright into 8th position. Again, Carlos Sainz leads Max Verstappen by 2.853 seconds. Jacques Villeneuve in 3rd, Sergio Perez in 4th, Lewis Hamilton, and rounds out your top 5. Here goes the battle Sergio Perez on the inside, Lewis Hamilton on the outside. They're battling side by side going through the chicanes. Intense battle as they finally work it out. Sergio Perez takes over the 4th position. Charles Leclerc is back in 6th, trying to make something happen. I'm starting to feel like something is wrong with that number 44 machine of Lewis Hamilton. Now we see Charles Leclerc beginning to mount a charge on Lewis Hamilton in that 5th position. Charles Leclerc starting to close that gap between 6th and 5th a little bit closer. Charles Leclerc's on him. Going through into some heavy braking zones. Charles Leclerc might be able to make a pass. He closes that gap significantly to just 0.3 of a second. Going down towards the blue runoff sector. This sector 2 is going to be a little bit challenging for Charles Leclerc to make a pass in this uphill chicane. Can he mount it, or will Lewis Hamilton be able to overtake Perez? You see the hands sawing at the wheel of that number 44. A little clean air being put on the vehicles in front of them as they try to work their way up to and around that Army lodging, number 34 of Villeneuve. Side by side are Villeneuve and Perez. Perez is able to make the pass on Villeneuve. That moves Villeneuve back down to 4th position. Intensity is heating up here in the top 5. 4 cars right here under a blanket. This is your 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place driver. Oh, overshoot by Lewis Hamilton. Something is wrong. Lewis Hamilton is off the pace as he pulls over to the outside retaining wall. I believe he is done for the day. You see the caution flag, or the safety flag coming out. Caution flag out in this sector 2. Lewis Hamilton is out as the crowd goes wild. I believe that is it. That is it for Hamilton. Hamilton is out of the race. That opens the door back up for Leclerc to go after Jacques Villeneuve and Sergio Perez. We believe it to be an engine failure, but when we toggle over to the Kimbrough Home Remodeling onboard cam, the engine appears to be running. He has some kind of mechanical failure that is going to result in a DNF for that veteran driver. As you see on the left side of your screen, he drops all the way down to the bottom with DNF reported on the interval pylon. The intensity is definitely starting to heat up more as we are over halfway through today's Grand Prix. You see Villeneuve looking very similar to that Oracle Red Bull that's in front and behind him. It's a Red Bull sandwich up in the front of the pack, followed by Ferraris. Got a Ferrari in first, an Oracle in second, Army Lodging in third, Oracle, and then Ferrari again. We look a little bit further back in the field. Lewis Hamilton's teammate of George Russell is in 7th, trying to hold strong, trying to be a major component to the manufacturer owner's points. Cartwright, another Army Lodging machine, in 8th, and Oscar Piastri is in 9th, with Fernando Alonso rounding out your top 10. As we see up front, Max Verstappen starting to run down the leader of Carlos Sainz as they go down pit road now. Pit road is open and there's 2 customers coming in to get some work done. We believe Villeneuve is in as well. We'll ride along with, there's Verstappen getting his pit stop done. We see Villeneuve right alongside. That's going to inherit the lead to Sergio Perez. We're going to see how this plays out. And look who has busted into the top 5. It is Johnny Cartwright and the other Army Lodging machine, repping the maroon, gold, and black livery as he tries to fend off Oscar Piastri and Fernando Alonso. Making that Army Lodging machine as wide as he possibly can going up the uphill chicane. Great view, great vantage point from the Scooby-Doo Superstore on board. Oh, a little wheel-to-wheel contact going through the blue runoff sector. Using every inch of the racetrack that he has available. After last week, questions were beginning to form if the Army Lodging team deserved to be in Formula One. Today they are showing that yes, they do. Both vehicles on that team are in the top 10, with Villeneuve in 9th and Cartwright in 4th. They're showing that they have the speed capable of competing with the Ferraris, the Oracles, the Mercedes. We suspect that majority of the drivers should have one pit stop remaining in today's Grand Prix to make their pit strategies complete. We will see how this strategy unfolds as Oscar Piastri shoots to the outside. Bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, coming through the uphill chicane, the very tight hairpin. Oscar Piastri is on the bumper of Johnny Cartwright. Johnny Cartwright does everything he can to hold him off going down the downhill sector into the final corners. It appears he's able to hold him for now. We'll see how long he's able to hold it. Looking back up towards the front, Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc are duking it out for first and second. Neither one of them want to concede that position. Going back to the battle in 4th, 5th, and 6th position between Cartwright, Piastri, and Alonso, as now Sainz and Verstappen are now entering the fray. And don't look now, but here's the other Army Lodging teammate, Jacques Villeneuve, in 9th. You have 4th all the way back through 9th under a blanket as they go towards the downhill sector. We will now give you 2 laps of uninterrupted audio and game broadcast view, presented by AD Valhalla's Emporium off of Exit 1 in Atropia for all of your Norse pagan essential items requirements. And that was your 2 laps of uninterrupted broadcast presented by AD's Valhalla Emporium off at exit 1 in Atropia. Race is starting to heat up front for the lead as Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez are duking it out with a 0.3 of a second interval between the two. George Russell, the remaining Mercedes, in third, followed by Max Verstappen, the other Oracle, followed by Carlos Sainz, the teammate to Charles Leclerc. Racing is starting to heat up as we are approaching 20 laps remaining in today's Grand Prix. Oh, here they go, side by side. Perez to the outside, Leclerc to the inside. They hold door to door, wheel to wheel. Leclerc makes it out on top, coming out of the chicane. It appears Sergio Perez is going to try to mount another charge as they go over the top of the hill. Downhill braking zone. He's got a good run. He's setting him up. Will he be able to make another pass moving towards the uphill chicane? That tight hairpin. Perez not making it easy for Leclerc, just like Leclerc is not making it easy for Perez. But don't look now, George Russell 1.3 seconds behind the two of them. Looking for redemption as his teammate of Lewis Hamilton has DNF'd, along with Albon. Albon also out with a DNF. Possible mechanical failures as well. 2 DNFs, just like last week we had 2 DNFs of Johnny Cartwright and Max Verstappen in the inaugural season. Here with Asmus Zero Streams and Asmus Zero Gaming and Broadcasting Services. Perez, 0.3 of a second back, is looking to mount a charge as they go uphill now. Here they go through the blue runoff, going up to that tight hairpin corner. Perez gains 0.2 of a second back now. He's gaining. Nothing he can do this time by in that passing zone. Still maintains a 3.03, a 0.3 of a second lead to Charles Leclerc. Going through turns 18 and 19, coming back towards the front stretch. "20 laps of racing to go here in Italy." The 16 of Leclerc, the 11 of Perez, duking it out for first and second. Perez to the outside. He has the lead momentarily. He's got a preferred line. He's going to move ahead. Leclerc falls in behind him. The drivers know the race is almost over. They are on the last third stint of the race. Tensions are rising. Blood pressure is high. Leclerc knows it's now or never to take that lead and get far ahead. Will Leclerc have anything for Perez as they start making their way down towards the blue runoff sector of Sector 2? If he's going to mount the charge, he's got to hit this clean, and he does. He's going to have a run on him going up into the short hairpin. 0.3 of a second separate your leaders. George Russell looking to make a pounce in the event that the first and second place person make a mistake. Max Verstappen hanging out in fourth, 10 seconds behind third place of George Russell. Carlos Sainz in fifth, Jacques Villeneuve in sixth, Lando Norris and Piastri teammates in seventh and eighth, Fernando Alonso in ninth. Johnny Cartwright rounds out your top 10. Here we go again. Crossover move by Leclerc. He's got it. He now has the preferred line. Now this time George Russell he's 3/10 of a second behind all of them. Here they go. Perez to the lead. George Russell throw a blanket over positions 1 through 3. Here they go. Going through the chicanes, you have Perez up front, Leclerc in second, Russell in third. Racing is starting to heat up. These three drivers are starting to duke it out. Now they go into the uphill portion of this race course. Will they hit their marks and make it clean? You see the gap starting to close between first and third. Racing heating up as now they go towards the runoff sector in sector 2, making their way up towards the hairpin. Leclerc gets an excellent round out of the corner. George Russell not far behind. Here they go into the sharp hairpin. Gap just 3/10 of a second. 6/10 from first and third. 4/10 of a second. Leclerc did not hit his marks that time as he drops back a tenth. So does George Russell. One hour into this race, these drivers are hot. They are tired. Their patience is gone. It is go time. Under 20 laps of racing to go. 19 now. You see the intensity building up as now they hit the DRS zone. The overtaking. You see the wings open on that number 16 as he starts to mount the charge. He does. He takes the outside. Here they go down into turn 1, side by side. Through the turns 1, turns 2, and turns 3. Here they go. Leclerc out to the front now. He is able to get past Sergio Perez. George Russell looking to make a pounce whenever he can. Sergio probably not too happy about the move. Leclerc just moved on him. Through the chicanes, he closes the gap 1/2 of a second back now. 2/10 separate second and third. 4/10 over first and third. Here they go back into the uphill portion. Charles Leclerc looking to put Ferrari back on the leaderboards. But will Sergio Perez, he starting to fall back 4/10 of a second back from the leader now. 6/10, 7/10 separate your first and third. Almost half a second back from Perez. He is going to have to hit his marks and do it quick. You see some sliding, a little bit of bottoming out by the Ferrari of Leclerc. Here they go. Heavy braking zone through the hairpin. They all get through it cleanly. They all hit their marks. 7/10 of a second separates your first, second, and third. Max Verstappen 5 seconds separate him from third position. Carlos Sainz in 5th, Jacques Villeneuve in 6th, Norris and Piastri teammates in 7th and 8th, Alonso in 9th, and Cartwright in 10th. Not much has changed as far as the rest of the field. Still only 2 DNFs of Albon and Hamilton as the racing between first, second, and third is heating up. Two-tenths of a second. Perez is there. Leclerc starting to mirror drive now as he has that Oracle Red Bull deep and covering his rearview mirror. Through the chicanes, can he hit his marks? Can Perez be the Oracle and put him back on top? Going through that long left-hander as they go uphill. 4/10 separates Perez from Leclerc. Will he make a move, and when will he make it? Does he want to hold back and wait? Does he want to set him up and get him in the final closing laps so Leclerc cannot mount a charge at all in these remaining laps? We will see as they go through sector 2, moving up to the hairpin chicane. 3/10 of a second and declining. 2/10. Here they go, going through the hairpin. They all three hit their marks yet again. That gap closing. 7/10 separate your first through third. Red, yellow, and teal are your colors up front today. Making their way through turns 18 and 19 as they start coming onto the front stretch. DRS zone. They're going down pit road. They're going to make their stops. This should be the final stops of the race for these two. George Russell inherits the lead. 4 seconds separate him from Max Verstappen. Excellent 2.1 second pit stop by Charles Leclerc as him and Perez are leaving pit road at the exact same time. That will give George Russell the lead. This is what he had been waiting for. Max Verstappen 4 seconds behind. 6 seconds separate third from your first place. Villeneuve 7 seconds back in 4th position. Lando Norris 11 seconds from the leader. We are going to follow along with Charles Leclerc as we believe this is going to be your battle for the lead. Battle for the win. We're closing in on just 16 laps to go. Does Perez have anything for Leclerc? And don't look now, but there's Johnny Cartwright. You see coming up in 8th position behind Sergio Perez, gaining just 3 seconds behind the Oracle Red Bull machine. Up front, Verstappen has inherited the lead by 2 seconds. George Russell has made his pit stop. He blends back out into the 5th position. Your top 5 are Verstappen, Sainz, Villeneuve, Norris, Russell, Leclerc, and Perez. Cartwright, Piastri, and Alonso will round out your top 10. Again, the usual scheduled programming for Mondays here on Azimuth Zero streams on Twitch is going to be Rocket League, but due to Laid Back Lucy, our fellow streamer, our co-host, our co-founder, has brigade staff duty today in his local area, so he would not be able to stream alongside of us and be here with us today. He is missed, and he will be here Wednesday night for College Football Live. But right now, it is the Verstappen show with Sainz in second. Here comes Perez. Charles Leclerc did not have a good exit from Sector 2 as they start to enter Sector 3. A little bit of slide, a little bit of drift. Those soft tires taking a long time for them to gain heat and grip to the racing surface as they go through the final corners. "49 laps of 63 complete today." We've got Cartwright and Russell duking it out. Oh, door to door, or wheel to wheel as they go through the chicanes. Lap down car there of Sargent and the other Williams. Not able to do anything. Just a dismal day for the overall organization as he is 24 seconds behind the lead. Battle here is heating up. Leclerc still holds a good second over Sergio Perez. Wide take by Cartwright. This is going to mess him up going into Sector 2. Overshoots it. Again, here they go. Wheel to wheel. Going to the uphill portion. He maintains his position in 7th. I believe the only other large deficit besides, or the largest deficit on the track currently, is Piastri to Russell. He is 15 seconds behind the pace of these two battling it out. You see trying to crossover after crossover for these two. Army Logic team desperate to try to get their foot in the door and be a championship contending team. Russell shoots by. Russell overtakes him in the 7th. Will Cartwright be able to overcome that deficit? And Cartwright issued a 3-second time penalty for overshooting a corner earlier. Will he be able to make it up with these remaining 13 laps of racing? Up front, the battle for second is heating up as Jacques Villeneuve battles it out with Carlos Sainz. Battle's beginning to heat up all over the track. Second, third, duking it out. Leclerc still ahead of Perez, the battle we followed for so much time earlier. Cartwright not able to catch Russell, moving further on down the field. Teammates of Zhou and Bottas separated by just 3 seconds. Teammates tied up all around. We see teammates of Zhou, Bottas, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Hülkenberg. By default, Sargent and Albon. Up front, Verstappen and Villeneuve. Coming to just 10 laps of racing to go. Max Verstappen in the Oracle Red Bull machine out front. Jacques Villeneuve in the Army Lodging Team in second. Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari in third. Lando Norris in the McLaren in fourth. Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari in fifth. Sergio Perez in sixth. George Russell, the remaining Mercedes, in seventh. Cartwright, eighth. Piastri in ninth, and Fernando Alonso rounds out your top 10. Follow along with Perez is the blue flag is being displayed to Magnussen, or excuse me, Hülkenberg. But a little tight action by Sergio Perez. You can't help but wonder if there's something wrong with the Oracle Red Bull Chevrolet, or excuse me, not Chevrolet, the Oracle Red Bull machine. He did not. He definitely fell off the pace a little bit. He had that lead dialed back in, as now you see Charles Leclerc making a move towards Lando Norris. Oh, we have a spin around. We're going to have to rewind this and see how did this unfold. We were just reporting that Sergio Perez appeared to have an issue. Let's see if we can't take it back to that turn where I noticed this problem the first. We'll start it from here. We'll see as it goes through. We can slow it down if need be. Here he goes through the blue offshoot of Sector 2. He appears to be all by himself. Let's see if we can't diagnose what this problem is. Just loses grip. We'll hit it again real quick. We'll get an onboard view. But we tried to counter steer and it just did not pay off, as you see multiple cars now passing him. Such a sad moment as George Russell is involved. It's a stack up now between Perez and Russell. Now you see Cartwright on the scene. Cartwright cautiously making his way. That pass will now put him up into 7th. A sad moment for Sergio Perez. He just loses all grip and handling going through that tight chicane. Moving back up, Charles Leclerc has overtaken Lando Norris for 4th place. That makes your top 5 currently Verstappen, Villeneuve, Sainz, Leclerc, and Norris. Ferrari having a dominant presence in the top 5 today. Nine laps of racing to go. Perez, unfortunately, has that spin. No word from the team of what caused that spin. If it was just lack of grip, the tires are burning out. Because he just pitted not too long ago. We were following along with him after him and Leclerc were having that battle for 1st and 2nd. We believed that them two would be the ones that would be contending for the win today. Just a matter of laps later, losing all rearward grip, not being able to control it through that hairpin. We'll follow along and see if he's able to counteract that as he begins Sector 2 march now as he goes uphill. We'll ride along and see if we see anything out of the ordinary, shifting as well. Second is, we see his Delta being off the pace a little. All clear that time by for Perez. Now we move up to Russell as he has half a second deficit to Johnny Cartwright in 6th position for the Army Lodging. Battle building up front. Carlos Sainz is starting to build momentum against Jacques Villeneuve and the Army Lodging machine in 2nd place. Intensity hitting up between these three. Excuse me, these two, between Villeneuve and Sainz. Moving further back, talk about a comeback story. Here you have Cartwright, Russell, and Perez duking it out for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Russell and Perez, we just witnessed in that spin just a little over a lap ago. They have rebounded and are back now to being competitive. 21 seconds off from the Cartwright in 6th position, 20 seconds behind 5th place of Norris. This battle right here intensifying as we are being told that the number 84 of Johnny Cartwright has just received another 3-second course penalty. As now you see Russell blocking goes Cartwright. Will Cartwright be able to hold him off going down into turns 1? Temporarily he does. Russell's able to close the gap a little bit as they make the left-handers. Side by side, here they go. Starting the long, drawn-out left-hander going to the uphill portion. Cartwright shuts the door on Perez. Sixth through 9th, throw a blanket over them. They're all duking it out. Here they go side by side. Perez overtakes Cartwright. Cartwright dukes it out harder. He overshoots the corner just a little bit further as they move into Sector 2. I do not believe Cartwright has anything for Perez following that move. Perez upset about the lack of grip in this position on the track. He spun out not too many laps ago. Cartwright desperately looking for points after a DNF last week in Miami. Does he have anything to run down Sergio Perez? 0.3 of a second separating 0.4. The gap is starting to grow. 0.7. Perez is lights out. He is gone. Nothing can be done for Cartwright. Now you see Russell alongside wheel-to-wheel action, bumping, banging, moving down the front stretch. Six laps of racing to go as the intensity is heating up to see who's going to receive the final points of position. Now Piastri making a move on Russell. Piastri moves up to 8th. Russell overtakes him back on a crossover move. All beautiful for Cartwright. as Cartwright watches Perez check out in his front windshield. He's starting to see that Russell and Piastri duking it out behind him is starting to increase that gap to 0.2 of a second. Now a second separates the two. An hour and a half almost into this live broadcast replay highlight portion of Asthma Zero Streams. This is something we will be doing every Tuesday when we do a Formula One event. We will provide you with the live in-game point of view from Johnny Cartwright in the number 84 Army Lodging. They will be our onboard crew that we will be embedded with. Following the broadcast with POV streaming, we will move over and we will start doing the replay portion like what you were seeing right here. Intensity hitting up. Got a 4-car train moving up. Now led by Cartwright. Russell looking to the inside. Here goes overshoot. Cartwright into the gravel. That appears to be it for Cartwright. He does not have what it takes to keep that car going any further. It's been over 20 laps on those fresh, soft tires, now worn out as he is under fire from Fernando Alonso. We right on board with the Scooby-Doo Adult Toy Superstore on board as Johnny Cartwright is desperately trying to hold on to that top 10 position. Lights out go Russell and Piastri. Nothing can Cartwright do at this moment. Five laps of racing to go. Who is going to receive the final points paying positions from today's Grand Prix in Italy? Cartwright messes up. You see him scraping the bottom out of that attenuator. Here comes Alonso. Overtake, crossover through the grass. A little bit of reminiscent of Dale Earnhardt in Charlotte back in the day, trying to make a pass in the grass. That's able to afford him just a few tenths of a second pull over Fernando Alonso at this moment. Max Verstappen is still your leader. 1 second behind is Jacques Villeneuve. 0.6 of a second behind Villeneuve is Sainz. 1.5 seconds back is Leclerc. 9 seconds behind 4th position is Norris. Perez, a beautiful rebound. 17 seconds behind 5th position in 6th. George Russell not far behind. And then you have Piastri, Cartwright, and Alonso are your top 10. 4 laps to go. And to reiterate a lot of the stuff I touched on earlier, Monday nights are going to be for Rocket League as the Army Lodging takes on Rocket League Regional Championship games. Tournaments like you have never before seen. Monday nights are for Rocket League as we will be joined by Laid Back Lucy, Wimbo Slice, and possibly Hitchy the Hitchcock joining the streams for Monday night Rocket League Showdown tournaments. If you would like to watch all those with full commentary and full audio introduced by everyone that is playing, check out laidback_Lucy on Twitch. As we see now Alonso overtake Cartwright for that position. Here we go back to the inside. These remaining 4 laps are starting to heat up. But yeah, go check out laidback_Lucy on Twitch and YouTube as you will see clips, highlights. Can't hear shit right now. But yeah, check out laidback_Lucy on Twitch and YouTube where you'll see highlights, real-time gameplay, everything you'll need to see. That includes all of the audio, because apparently on PlayStation you can hear all of the Discord audio. So if you want all the full context of all the videos, go check him out. Again, that's laidback_Lucy on Twitch and YouTube. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, share him to your buddies. If you don't like what he's doing and you don't like his content, well, guess what? You don't fucking watch it. And just like if you don't like mine, you don't fucking watch it. Too fucking easy, right? That's right. Yeah, Mondays are for Rocket League. Tuesdays, you will get the same broadcast of like what you're getting right now. You will get Formula One. You'll be moving on tomorrow to race number 3 of our 10 race series. And then Wednesday nights, you know what it is. It's College Football 25, the brand new game released by EA. That released just last week, recently it released. You'll be seeing Wimbo Slice 91. You'll be seeing Layback Lucy. You'll be seeing myself and others compete in head-to-head matchups. You'll be seeing possible other games that you never thought you'd be seeing before. You'll be seeing things you didn't think you could see with College Football 25. Thursday nights, we still haven't created a schedule or a segment to infill or put into Thursday nights, but that's okay. We got room to grow. Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays are all open. We may not stream on Saturdays and Sundays just to give us a break, collect our thoughts so we can get right back into it and provide you with quality entertainment on Mondays. But if you would like to see highlights, updates, weekly plans, anything that you would like to think of, or anything that you think of that you would like to see in our streams, check us out on Facebook at Asmus Zero Broadcasting on Facebook. As we see this intense battle between Alonso and Cartwright heat up as, Cartwright spins it just a little bit. Is he able to recover with just 2 laps of racing to go? One can't help but be happy for Johnny Cartwright after the DNF of last week, as he's in the gravel again. He cannot catch a break today as he goes through the tunnel, over the tunnel turn. DNF last week, but going to possibly be able to make a podium, or not a podium, but a top 10 run today and receive 1 playoff point, as he has a 30-second lead over Pierre Gasly in 11th. Yeah, Thursday nights, we have nothing going on yet. We might put it out of schedule. We might not. Fridays, it's going to be the great show. It's going to be Call of Duty. You know, you get your boy Sahid, you get Layback Lucy, you get myself, you get Wimbo every now and then. You might get probably Hitchy every now and then. You might get Marino every now and then. But if you want to see quality on the battlefield, you got to see Sahid. Razim Sahid on Xbox, he is incredible. This man makes shots like you would never believe. If you check out our YouTube channel, you'll see some of the highlights that he was able to do to secure some wins recently. If you check us out on Facebook, you'll be getting a lot more highlights of Sahid. You might see more gameplay, or not more gameplay, but more highlights featuring Marino, featuring Layback Lucy, and of course Wimbo Slice. Can't help but mention Wimbo, the new arrival to Call of Duty. Never done Call of Duty before. As we have taken the white flag, we will move up and watch the leader as he comes out of turn number 19, coming towards the checkered flag. And Max Verstappen is going to be your winner today in Italy, as you see him celebrating. Moving on back, we will see if Cartwright is able to hold on to that 10th position. Going through that short hairpin for the final time. Will he be able to overcome the DNF of his first ever race to round out with a good solid top 10? And here he comes for the final time. Down the front stretch. 10th position, and 1 playoff point goes to Johnny Cartwright as he eats the grass. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is your finishing order. Verstappen takes first. Podium for the Army Lodging team. And second with Jacques Villeneuve. Carlos Sainz and the Ferrari finish or round out your top 3. Get some. We'll start with Verstappen and we'll get some incredible pictures of your team here. There's Verstappen. And that'll do it. Here's your finishing order. You have Max Verstappen, Jacques Villeneuve, Carlos Sainz. Let's check out the standings as they are right now. Sergio Perez is currently your points leader, followed by Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari. That is a 5-point deficit. Charles Leclerc is in third. Max Verstappen, George Russell, Jacques Villeneuve in sixth for the Army Lodging. And moving up in the field is Johnny Cartwright, gaining only just one position, 32 points out from the lead. Can he make it up? It's not going to be all done in one race. All these 11 drivers in front of him have to have a bad race for him to be able to advance further on. Checking out the constructor standings, Red Bull is your leader, followed by Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren. The Army Lodging, the new kid on the block, is in the top 5 over the top half of the field. But there you have it. Now you have the first ever broadcast stream done by Asma Zero Streams. This is Asma Zero Streams. It's been an honor to have you all. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.